The Dallas Cowboys have always been a team that sparks strong opinions, and it's no different when it comes to the former star wide receiver Terrell Owens. Recently, Owens opened up about his experiences with the Cowboys, and it's safe to say that the relationship has not aged well. Fans, where are you watching from? Share your thoughts in the comments as we dive into this intriguing narrative. Owens, who was drafted in 1996 by the San Francisco 49ers, spent the first part of his career making a name for himself in the Bay Area. After a stellar 8 seasons, he transitioned to the Philadelphia Eagles, where he formed a formidable partnership with quarterback Donovan McNabb. However, after 2 seasons in Philly, Owens made his way to Dallas, hoping to add another chapter to his storied career. Unfortunately, that chapter didn't end as he might have hoped. During his 3 seasons with the Cowboys, Owens did manage to secure All-Pro honors, showcasing his talent on the field. Yet, as he candidly revealed in a recent conversation, the fondness for the franchise seems to have dissipated. "I couldn't care less about Jerry and what he's doing," Owens stated bluntly. Those words carry weight, especially coming from a player who once donned the iconic star on his helmet. The crux of the issue appears to be the way Owens feels he was treated during his time with the organization. He expressed, "I don't concern myself with the Cowboys. The Cowboys haven't concerned themselves with me since I left there." This sentiment raises eyebrows. In a league where relationships often define careers, it's troubling to hear a former player so disconnected from a franchise that once celebrated his contributions. Owens further emphasized his disinterest in reconciling with the Cowboys, saying, "No, not necessarily. I couldn't care less what's going on with Jerry and the Cowboys." It's striking to see such a talented athlete who played a significant role in the Cowboys' offense, so detached from the organization. One has to wonder if a different set of circumstances could have fostered a more positive relationship. Now, while Owens has undoubtedly found success beyond his days in Dallas, one can't help but feel that a more cordial relationship with the Cowboys could have enhanced his legacy. The emotional ties to a team often elevate a player's status in the eyes of fans, and it's clear that Owens feels slighted in this regard. As we reflect on Owens' feelings towards the Cowboys, it raises broader questions about player treatment and the nature of relationships in the NFL. It's a reminder that while players may shine bright on the field, the business side of football can often overshadow personal connections. The Cowboys, as a franchise, have a storied history, but it's evident that there are chapters filled with unfulfilled expectations and unresolved tension. Transitioning from Owens' bitter reflections, let's shift our focus to the present state of the Cowboys. With the current roster and coaching decisions, how will Dallas navigate the challenges ahead? The landscape of the NFL is ever-changing, and the Cowboys must adapt to maintain their status as a competitive force in the league. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the latest developments and what they mean for the future of America's team.
The Dallas Cowboys faced a tumultuous 2025 season, one that many fans would rather forget. The season was marred by significant internal drama, primarily surrounding star linebacker Micah Parsons, who was pushing for a new contract. When those discussions fizzled out, things turned sour, culminating in Parsons being traded to the Green Bay Packers. This not only sent shockwaves throughout the franchise, but also set the tone for a challenging year. Defensively, the Cowboys struggled mightily, ending up with one of their worst defensive performances in recent memory. Despite boasting an explosive offense that kept them competitive in various matchups, the Cowboys limped to a disappointing 7-9-1 record, marking the second consecutive year they would miss the playoffs. This has left fans feeling frustrated, yearning for a turnaround, and optimistic that 2026 can chart a different course for America's team. The silver lining? The Cowboys are set to return all 11 starters from their high-octane offense, which is a testament to the potential for an explosive season ahead. However, a complete overhaul of the defense is in the works, and the team has brought in first-year defensive coordinator Christian Parker to steer that ship. This change is not just a shift in personnel. It represents a broader strategy to reinvigorate a unit that desperately needed a fresh approach. Looking forward, the anticipation for the 2026 season is palpable, and fans are eager to see how the new schedule will unfold. The NFL has announced that the schedule will be revealed during a PrimeTime event on Thursday, May 14th, 2026, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This annual tradition has become quite the spectacle, and as expected, it will be aired on ESPN and the NFL Network. While we don't yet know the specific dates for each matchup, we do know who the Cowboys will be facing. The team will have home and away games against their three rivals in the NFC East: the New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, and Washington Commanders. Additionally, they will clash with teams from the NFC West, the AFC South, and the second-place finishers from both the NFC North and AFC North. Delving into the schedule, the Cowboys will host several intriguing opponents at AT&T Stadium, including the Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco 49ers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans, and notably, the Baltimore Ravens, who will feature the Cowboys in an international matchup. Speaking of international flair, Week 3 will see the Cowboys make history by participating in the first-ever NFL game in Rio de Janeiro. This landmark occasion will take place at Sao Paulo's Neoquímica Arena, where the Cowboys will face the Ravens as part of the NFL International Series. It's worth noting that this will be the Cowboys' first international game since 2014, further highlighting the significance of this matchup. As we anticipate the upcoming season, the Cowboys' path is fraught with promise and potential pitfalls. The pressure will be on the coaching staff and players alike to deliver a markedly improved performance. Fans, as always, are ready to rally behind their team, but they will be watching closely. Now, as we transition into our next segment, let's keep the momentum going and delve deeper into what we can expect from the Cowboys in 2026.
As we wrap up our analysis of the Dallas Cowboys roster adjustments, let's dive into a topic that has been quietly gaining traction among fans and analysts alike: the future of James Houston and Christian Parker's soon-to-be implemented 3-4 defense. Where are you watching from? We want to hear your thoughts on this potential game-changer for the Cowboys. Now, before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room. James Houston is not your traditional every-down linebacker, and he certainly isn't someone you expect to drop back in coverage against elite tight ends. But what he offers is something incredibly valuable. He is a pass-rushing outside linebacker who could thrive in a system that allows him to unleash his potential. Transitioning to a 3-4 defensive scheme could be a pivotal moment not just for the team, but for Houston himself. This new alignment frees him from being confined to the line of scrimmage, allowing him to stand up, spread out, and essentially become a hunting predator on the field. Letting Houston operate in this way could significantly change how we evaluate his impact. Now, let's get into the numbers, because they tell a compelling story. In the previous season, Houston logged only 307 defensive snaps, which accounted for a mere 27.73% of the Cowboys' total defensive plays. That's not even close to starter volume. Yet, despite this limited exposure, he still managed to rack up 5.5 sacks and 25 total pressures. For a player only on the field a quarter of the time, those are impressive figures that demand respect. If we take a closer look, extrapolating his performance over a full season, let's say roughly 1,107 total defensive snaps, Houston could have been on track for around 10 sacks and 41 pressures if he'd seen about 45% of the snaps. Now, if we push that to a more realistic starter role at about 60%, we're talking potential numbers that could reach 13 sacks and 54 pressures. Of course, it's crucial to understand that football isn't as simple as plugging in numbers and expecting results. There are numerous variables at play, such as increased attention from opposing offenses and additional run game responsibilities. But even when we account for those factors, the core message is clear. James Houston has shown he can produce when given the opportunity. Dallas is in dire need of pass rushers who have already proven their ability to get to the quarterback. With Donovan Ezra-Waka stepping up, Sam Williams still providing a role, and Malachi Lawrence being groomed without the pressure of immediate expectations, Houston could be the key piece that ties this defense together. This new Cowboys defense cannot rely on mere hope or potential. It must be anchored in tangible production. And James Houston unequivocally checks that box. The Cowboys have an opportunity here to capitalize on a player who could transform their pass rush and add depth to their defensive lineup. As we conclude this discussion, I urge all Cowboys fans to keep a close eye on the developments surrounding James Houston. His performance in this revamped defense could very well determine how far this team goes in the upcoming season. What do you think? Will Houston step up and seize the opportunity? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's talk about where we see the Cowboys heading from here. Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis of your favorite team.